Hey there, this is Dio Gurkis, and I'm jumping on here real quick just to give you my story, introduce you to who I am, and I want to talk to you about my why I am where I am, and why I'm doing what I'm doing. So, you could tell by my YouTube page that I am big into Young Living essential oils. So, let me back up a little bit. Before I get into the story of why I'm into those oils, I want to talk to you about just who I am so you know the person I am, where I've come from, and how my life has gone. So I am the youngest of 7 children, and no, I am not spoiled because I'm the baby. I come from a hard family and a very, wasn't the happiest of childhood. So my mom always worked 2 jobs. My dad was an alcoholic and pretty abusive. And I'm number 7. So the other 6 had it a lot harder than I did. We lived in South Boston in the projects. It was very common for me to open a box of cereal and have cockroaches come out. And not because my parents were dirty people, but we lived in an apartment complex that if one person had them, y'all had them. So I know what it's like to be poor. I know what it's like for my parents to be on welfare, not to be able to pay the bills. I know what it's like to live in low-income housing where my dad's car was probably stolen once every 2 weeks, if not once a week. And gunshots were fired often in South Boston. So I lived on D Street in South Boston. So I'm a Southie girl. From that, I fast forward. My parents moved back to Pennsylvania. And quite honestly, things didn't get much better, but a little bit better. But somewhere in my childhood, in watching all of the poor mistakes that my siblings made, I made a hard choice in life, and it was I wasn't going to be like that. I was going to change my life somehow, some way. So I basically worked my tail off over the many years to establish myself as a professional. I was a vice president for a furniture manufacturer for a very, very, very long time. I'm now a broker in the insurance industry where I make a very good income. I am a single mom of 3. Maybe that can resonate with some people. And that in itself is a full-time job and difficult, even if it was an amicable divorce, which it was not. But I'm proud to say that despite all the bumps in my life, I'm a very strong person. I have a red personality, and I feel like I've come out doing just okay. Okay? So, a couple things. A friend of mine introduced me to Young Living essential oils. And like everybody else, I'm a skeptic. Like everybody else, I was unsure of what these oils could do. The reason I got introduced to them was because my daughter was suffering from head stress, and why not try it? Tried everything else. Nothing else seemed to be working. Had her on chemicals and medications I didn't want her on. And at the time, thought, what could it hurt? So we tried the oils, and hands down, life-changing. Hands down, have made my daughter a new person and have allowed her to forego everything that she was on prior to oiling. So for me, that was the initial step into getting into Young Living. That said, something else resonated with me with Young Living. And a friend of mine who introduced me to the oils said, Dee, why don't you do the business? And I thought, what in the heck am I going to do? How am I going to do this business? So I run a lot of local events here. And not for myself, but for other small business owners to try to help them, give back to the community, let them have a great small business Saturday. And I decided to put up a table and show the oils. And that event, it's not even 2 years yet, I sold 10 kits. 10 kits. I realized with my background, I've always been in the health arena. I've always been in the wellness arena. I used to train people. I am huge into yoga, being certified for that. I'm big into wellness and eating clean and eating healthy. This was a natural step for me to just try to introduce this lifestyle to anyone that I could. I do push-up challenges and squat challenges with people, and I do it on my live Facebook. And I talk to them about healthy eating and mindset and making decisions like I made the decision many, many years ago not to be like my siblings and not to do what my parents taught me to do, which was live a life of poverty. So I have worked really hard to change that. Fast forward to today, I had no clue that the wellness and abundance that I would get from Young Living would be on my lap. And here it is. So I am extremely humbled to be involved in using chemical-free living through Young Living. I am extremely humbled to be in the business, and I'm blown away at what I've been able to do with it. So my why has changed a little bit. My why was about my daughter and her head stress. That's why I got into oiling. My why was about making sure I could continue my path of wellness with these oils in loving being chemical free and just not using anything we don't need to that has chemicals in it on, in, and around our bodies. Now my why has changed. I have changed people's lives. I have allowed them to see there is a choice to make. There is a difference that could be made. But my biggest why right now for Young Living is because I have been able to show my two daughters that they can be entrepreneurs. See, let me share one other thing with you. Besides everything else I've shared with you, I also have a son who has taken a hard left to the dark side. He has taken a path of drugs and addiction. He has made some really bad choices that have involved the law, and it's been a really long road for us. And my daughters have witnessed so many things that I wish I could just erase for them. But with these oils, I've shown them they don't need to self-medicate. I've shown them as a single mom, I can build my own business and be an entrepreneur. I can show them and educate them there is a choice. They don't have to make somebody else rich their entire life. They don't have to be an employee on a payroll making sales and making that profit go to someone else. They can do it for themselves. So my why is huge. Oh, it's bigger than me. I wanted it for me. I wanted it because I didn't want to repeat what my siblings or my parents had taught us. I wanted to make myself different, which I think I have outside of the oils. Now with the oils and how they've changed our life on a wellness level, how they've changed our life in abundance, I now have a bigger why, and that why is showing my children that there's a better way. They have residual debt. When they get older, just like I do, why can't they have residual income? Why do they have to make somebody else rich, people? Let them make themselves rich in wellness and abundance. And I pray every day that Jesus blesses my son, that he comes back around, and that he uses these oils to better his life. So that's me. That's my story. That's my why. That's why the oils are important to me. And that's why my mindset is where it is because nothing's going to change in life until you decide that you want the change. And even if it starts as little as you getting up and doing one sit-up or push-up a day, or grabbing your bottle of peppermint or anything else that you need to elevate your mood and making a change. All right, guys, that's it. Dee here. Hope you enjoyed my why and who I am. Have any questions, let me know. All right, peace out. Have a blessed day. Bye.